What is up? It is time for the, what is this, the part 4 of our world tour for Beyond Vanilla Season 2. And like the last two ones, we're gonna try and do this all in just one take, without any cuts, without any breaks, without anything, because if I don't get it done, I'm gonna get distracted by playing Season 3 and it'll never get finished. So we've already done our spawn island, which is through that Nether Portal there, and we've done the north behind it, we've done the west, and now it's time for the south. It's time to do a tour of the southern tunnel here. Now this is one of the areas that I have spent a little bit of time in, but not a ton. So let's just jump into it. First and foremost, up the southern tunnel here, or just off the southern tunnel, you have the most important structure in the entire server. I'm not even kidding. Anyone who's been playing Minecraft for a while on, well, mostly on multiplayer, but you could build it in single player as well, is probably well familiar with what this is, and that is the ridiculous gold farm, courtesy of, I think, Il Mango is the one who originally designed it. The giant donut above the nether roof. We owe it so much. I mean, seriously, I think the server would have suffered greatly without the presence of that. I really like the southern tunnel here. It's pretty fancy, pretty fun. Let's take a look and see. I think the very first thing we're going to pop into is going to be Face Wrecker's original base, which, if I'm right, I think we looked at it a little bit. Yep, it is the giant floating turd, as Sheep called it. It's a big pirate ship. This base didn't last very long, and I think he moved on to start working on some other bases really quickly. So we're just going to say, yes, we looked at it, we saw it, it's there. Let's continue on. This is one of the ones that has the hopping ice path. I'm not sure if I really like these or not. Skelly XP grinder. You know, these hopping ice paths probably work way better when you're not in creative mode. Anyways, the skeleton XP grinder, one of the most important things, again, also on the server. XP grinders are important, and skeleton grinders are... Oh, I'm gonna go right through that. I don't want to go right through that, so we're just gonna... Oops. We're gonna break everything is what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and put some blocks back real quick. Not that it really matters. Get myself a flint and steel. Hope that I didn't break it horribly. For anyone who's going to get the world download, I'm sorry if this is broken. You have my apologies. This is our skeleton XP grinder. It's gone through a couple of iterations. I think John is the one who built this one. Originally it was an XP grinder. Now it's just a, well, it's just a bone grinder, essentially. It's an AFK bone farm, courtesy of the 23, 24 odd minecarts that are all stacked up right there, so you can just stand over here safe and sound and AFK. He actually told me that this was based partly on the Season 1 zombie grinder that we had at spawn that I built using a whole lot of, as you see, nether brick here. And there goes a skeleton, so you can just literally stand here and watch the bones roll in. So yeah, I made a zombie grinder, or zombie farm, that used a lot of nether brick in Season 1, and so this was a partial inspiration of, took partial inspiration from that, apparently. Not a whole lot of bones in it right now. Looks like it's been cleared out. People haven't been AFKing over here too much. And yeah, tons and tons and tons and tons of other stuff. So I've spent a fair amount of time here just grinding away for some XP before we made it AFKable for bones, and grinding away for bones as well. So definitely a useful thing to have on any Minecraft server. Now I don't know whose this base is. This is relatively new, or was relatively recent. So let's take a look and see where we pop out. Well, it's a tower of... the start of a tower of some sort. I don't have a clue. I really don't. I think it's relatively recent, but it actually might be about as old as the server itself. I have a thought. I think that may have been Gamecraft, but I don't remember the tunnel being here. We've got John's. This space I have been to a couple times because it's pretty close by. If we go facing south, and head in this direction just a little bit, then the igloo that was supposed to be part of the Beyond Vanilla rail network is... well, I think it's... oh no, not south, north. If we go north from here, then you can see the igloo from the Beyond Vanilla rail network. Right over there. There it is. The rail network that never got completed. John did a really modern style build for his base and uses a ton of concrete, and it's really cool. It reminds me a lot of Grian's base from Hermitcraft Season 6, but that's probably just because of the coloration, more so than anything else. There's a random skeleton wandering around up here. That's interesting, but really cool open feel to it. I'm liking it. I think it's pretty nifty. And there's a couple of other things that I can't remember how to get to hidden throughout here. I know he's got some sort of super smelter type of deal going on. I think it's over here. Is this what it is? I think it's a super smelter or an auto smelter of some sort, but I can never remember how to navigate throughout all of this stuff. I'm pretty sure that's what all this is, just some farms. But again, it's yeah, here we go. So we got a cactus farm, we've got a bamboo farm, and I think there was an in and out, or an input and an output somewhere around here as well. Auto smelters, things like that, right next to where we came in. Yeah, we just went in a different way. So, really cool, modern looking build, not something that I usually do a ton of myself, but I definitely could see it being, I could see myself incorporating some of that into Beyond Vanilla Season 3. Again though, since it's kingdoms, and I'll give you another hint, like, you know, we're splitting up into 4 different groups, and I think ours is kind of more of an elven feel to it, so I don't really know how modern we can really get. We'll find out. It's like someone built a spider farm. Nice. Quite a few spider eyes, not a whole lot of... not a ton of string, but I'm sure that string is I think... I'm blanking. I'm drawing blanks. I can't remember who built the string shop. It may have been John or J3X. I'm not sure. But spiders, very nice. Quick and dirty little spider farm. I never had a problem with string and needing string because my creeper farm, I decided not to spider-proof it entirely, so I would get spiders spawning in there as well, which gave me all the string I needed. It did cut the rates of creepers down by a little bit, but it was definitely bearable. Let's see. Surviving Beyond. Okay, so that's where the Surviving Beyond arena is. Let's take a look at this direction first. And zip on through here. Woo! Where do we end up? Aha! I think this was, if I remember right, yep, Aaron Perryton with Maru City. Spent a little bit of time over here because he got trapped in a very dangerous cave beneath the ground. And I tried to go and rescue him. And well, let's just say that the rescue plan didn't really work out so well. Let's go check out the Surviving Beyond arena. I have a video that I've been slowly trying to work on, but I'm having trouble with OBS, which is the program that I use for recording these videos, and trying to get it to record Discord calls and not blow out my ears at the same time has proven to be more challenging than I thought it would be. Oh, that's nice. I'm opening a block container. Yep. So... this was built by the amazing Magic Fred, one of the, well, the founder of Beyond Vanilla, and it was, well, I don't want to spoil it too much because that video may eventually come out. I'll have to figure that one out because I've got some editing to do and trying to get the people's voices and everything to come through. The original plan was that I was supposed to have OBS set up to record 2 audio tracks so that you would have, well, you'd have audio, I can't talk. I'm trying to do this all in one take and I can't talk. Essentially, 2 audio tracks meant that it would record and output to 2 different audio to go with the video. So I could select one audio or the other audio to edit. That way I could raise and lower people's voices as I saw fit, depending on what my commentary was in the voice chat. And, well, I thought I did it correctly, and I know that OBS is supposed to be able to record 2 different audio tracks at once, or at least output 2 different audio tracks, and it didn't work. And so I ended up having the sound way too down or too low with the voice chat, which ended up causing it to be next to impossible to hear them. And if I cranked the volume up, well, then you start getting all the feedback and extra sounds that my microphone picks up in the room here where I'm recording, or in my office. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to figure that all out. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the rear, but hopefully the footage is salvageable. At the very least, the video is salvageable if the audio isn't, but that's a shame because the audio was really amusing. So this, though, is the Surviving Beyond arena, or area, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And it was set up like the TV game Survivor, and there were a lot of different games and competitions and challenges that the participants had to play in, and in the end they would vote different people off the island. I can't remember who actually won. I think it was Tigerick, but I could have that mistaken, so it might have been Clarky. There's a lot of trying to remember who played and who didn't play, and I only got the tail end of the competition, unfortunately, and just had to watch rather than participate, which was quite sad. So maybe we'll do it again for Season 3. Who knows? Heading off in this direction is, I have no idea what. Somewhere around here or far off to the distance. It's nothing here. Somewhere, I think, down this tunnel, maybe down a different one entirely, is a ridiculous wither farm built by Shogun, and I have no idea actually where it is. I can't remember how to get to it, so we'll just keep flying around. We're not going to look for it specifically, but we are going to, if we stumble across it, we'll definitely highlight it. Black Draco's base, village and farm. Main house above you. Well, that does look like a main house. Little castle going on. That is nice. And then, that's right, he was converting a... what biome is this? I guess just a snowy mountains, so just a tundra type of village biome. Or taiga, or snowy, I don't know what. It's got lots of iron golems around here, which is pretty cool. Couple of different builds and different things that were constructed. Not too shabby. It's a lot of villagers. I think this is another one of those examples of what happens when you play Minecraft on version 1.14 before the villager breeding was fixed, and they just breed like hamsters. They would never really stop, and it would cause quite a bit of problems when it comes to the server lag. Let's see if we can actually find our way back down to the Nether Portal. Was it right here, I think? Woo. I think that's the second time I did that noise, so my apologies. Alright, what is next? Let's take a look and see. We've got, I think this was part of a drowned farm that worked kind of. I mean, obviously we've got drowned heads, but it was a drowned farm that's supposed to tunnel the drowned into the nether, and it kind of worked and kind of didn't. I can't remember whose area that was. I think it was Clarky's, maybe? I don't remember. Let's find out. We can probably find out just by using Core Protect. Let's see who built this. No data. Of course not. So we won't know. But I can't remember if this was Clarky's base or if this was someone else's base, but I really like it. It's a massive kind of haphazardly constructed castle. We're just going to go up to the very top and see if we can work our way down. I haven't been here with the castle being this large. It was probably not even half the size the last time I was here, and it is pretty much right at the world border. We're at... yeah, about as far south as you can get. Just about as far south as you can get. Can I actually get in here naturally? No, I can't, but we're gonna fall anyways and see what there is to see. Because I love castle builds, and this kind of makes me think of the burrow, the Weasley's house from Harry Potter. This would be very dangerous if I wasn't in creative mode, though, just saying. How do we get down? That's the third one. If I do one more, I'm going to be very upset with myself. Got a little storage room in here. I think the main entrance to the castle was, yeah, right through here. Got some vines, that's kind of neat. And it doesn't look like it was completed from the back side. Lots of vines. Tons of vines. It's kind of a crazy amount of vines. Looks like... I don't know. I'm not sure what the purpose is of that. Dave the Zombie. Very nice. Tons and tons of brewing stands. That's kind of crazy. If it was an auto brewer, then that would be one thing. I don't know why you need that many otherwise. But all of this base was custom built, which is kind of cool. There's a really neat use of the dead coral blocks in here, just to give it some variation in the build. Got more a vine farm over here. Somewhere around here, I think, was an iron farm? Yes. But they kept on changing the mechanics. It's a villager breeder, and I think it was also supposed to be an iron farm, but the iron farming mechanics kept changing throughout 1.14, and it's really simple now. Building an iron farm is super, super simple now, which is awesome, but they kept on changing. So, you know, you build a massive iron farm at the very beginning of 1.14, and guess what? It doesn't work by the time you get to 1.14.4. So, glad that they've kind of settled on how they want iron farms to work. Let's see, back up to the top here. Looks like we had another... Ooh, that's fancy. I think, because we already looked at Scar's base, or Scarecrow? Scare? I'm not sure how it's pronounced. We're just going to go with Scar. We've already looked at his base, but he also decided he wanted to move off to a different base. This was towards the end of the season, and so he did build a couple of other things. He got his enchanting setup over here, charged creeper head, which is nice. A couple of things constructed over here. I think he had an auto sorter, I think was what this was, a storage room of some sort. No, a smelter. Okay, so he had a smelter going on. That was about it, and right about the time when he started making all of this was when the server kind of got to the point where people were wanting to, well, we were going to do the Surviving Beyond game, and then got an idea for Season 3. So kind of how sometimes servers go, you know. This one lasted a good, 6-7 months, something like that, and that's actually a pretty decent time for most Minecraft servers. Don't last that long, so I'm satisfied. I'm happy. I know where this goes. It's Cux's base. This one is from the very early days of the server, and he got this ice tunnel going on really, really early, which was quite impressive. But the base itself, well, I think he ended up going back to school or something, and he wasn't able to play on the server for that long. It is neat. He has this big house built, which is pretty cool. Just never got the interior done, and I do like this little tower over here. I thought that was pretty cool as well. But what really sells off this base is that the whole thing was built up on a platform, and that's not the only part of the platform either. I think it stretched... Yes, this is the part that I'm more familiar with. That was his original Nether Portal, literally right at the world border, and I remember literally like day 2 or 3 of this particular server, we were trying to build a, here it is, a slime farm, because this is a slime chunk, or at least it's supposed to be a slime chunk, and the darn thing never worked. it never worked. It never spawned any slime. Now I know it's probably has to do with some light levels and stuff right now, but I can tell you what actually ended up happening was this section right here. And there was a bug at the beginning of Minecraft version 1.14 where even if you covered all of this stuff up with dirt, this had sky access, and so it was still getting skylight and it was still lit up even though we filled the whole area over and there shouldn't be any light, or shouldn't be enough light in there to actually cause any issues. Oh, it looks like his Nether Portal is still right at the world border. But yeah, so the slime farm never ended up working because of that lighting level glitch, which was kind of unfortunate because we spent a ton of time, well, he spent a ton of time digging that whole area out, and yeah, it ended up not working, so kind of a shame, kind of annoying. That lighting glitch from 1.14 was possibly one of the worst glitches that I think that I've seen in Minecraft. Granted, I've not really been playing Minecraft for that long, to be honest. I think, well, probably really only been playing Minecraft since... I mean, I picked it up a couple times. I played it a lot last summer. Hello. But I didn't actually really play it in earnest until I think... gosh, probably around February of this year. And obviously didn't really get the channel going until, what, June, July? I'll have to look back and see when the first video was. So yeah, it's... I haven't experienced a lot, but that bug was a lot. That was a lot to deal with. It was really, really annoying, causing a whole lot of different lighting issues, and then having to have the whole server basically force update every single chunk, which took quite a lot of time for it to do that, and that fixed the lighting glitch, but I guess we just never spent enough time over there to try and see if we could get that slime farm going. It was annoying, and there were a couple of slime farms that ended up struggling and failing because of that lighting glitch, so I'm glad that it's working now, and I'm glad that 1.14.4 is out, because, yeah, I've learned more running the server about Minecraft than I ever thought I would ever know or need to know. But with all of that, that is part 4 of the world tour here going on. There's some interesting stuff down the south, definitely some interesting things going on down there, but you know, we are getting very close to the last world tour episode, and my absolute favorite section and stuff to go and see. We do have Clarky's something. Clarky does have something over there, so I don't know if that was Clarky's base down there that we saw or not. Maybe it was Tiger X. I don't know. I can't remember, and Core Protect wasn't letting me inspect. Anyways, the next episode is going to be the last episode of the world tour, and then there may be one more episode of Beyond Vanilla if I can get that footage from Surviving Beyond Salvage, and then we'll be moving on to Beyond Vanilla Season 3 Kingdoms of Beyond, which I am super stoked about, and I'm actually about to also release the kind of preview intro that I edited really quickly for that once this video goes up. Actually, probably before this video goes up, that'll already be out there. But I can't wait to finish this world tour video, and then we'll get on to playing some Kingdoms, because everyone else is over there having fun, and I'm sitting here doing a world tour video because I said I would do it, and I wanted to document everything that happened in Beyond Vanilla Season 2. So, with all of that, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, something. Just let me know that you were here. If you really like the video, go ahead and subscribe. New videos from the Beyond Vanilla server come out every Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. And with all of that, that's all the time that I've got for today, and can't wait to show you guys the amazing, wonderful stuff going on down the East Tunnel next time. Bye!